live.
Hey guys, we're back again. Samir is still at MWC, and we're again doing what we do at the end of every day, a roundup for you guys. So there's a lot that happened today. The Gioni S8 was launched. The HTC Vive finally has a consumer price at $799, and it's not coming to India in the first phase for once. The Mizu Pro 5 Ubuntu edition is available now. There's a world's first smartwatch for the blind. You would have probably heard about the HP Elite X3, which to us looks like the best Windows phone ever. There's also the Lumia 650, which looks and feels better than the Lumia 950, but is a budget device. There's the Cat S60, which is the world's first phone with a thermal camera. So there's a lot that happened in MWC today. There's also a bunch of things which I'm almost certain everybody missed, but these things are really important and really, really interesting. One of them being this company called Flex Enable. It's an English company. What it did is it came up with a wraparound screen, and according to Flex Enable, it will be coming to smartphones. I'm sorry, there are OEMs which are going to bring it to consumers very soon. And what Flex Enable does is Flex Enable adds something that they call organic liquid crystal display, which achieves the same resolution as the LCDs and uses plastic transistors to curve it. So you can basically wear the screen on your hand. Hi Abdul. Abdul Sharik Sheikh asks, is it a good phone for that price? Abdul, which phone are you talking about? Are you talking about the Ubuntu phone? Are you talking about the Lumia? Okay, I'm guessing you're talking about the S8. So the Gioni S8 is actually a pretty good upgrade to your S7 and all. It's got 4 GB of RAM. A 16 MP camera from Gioni is always exciting because Gioni does well on cameras. It's got a bunch of good things, right? What processor does it have, Shavik?
The Gioni S8 uses a MediaTek P10 processor.
You know, Shavik was just about to commit a huge crime saying Gioni uses Huawei's processor.
Oops.
That would be a huge crime. Surprisingly, Shavik Das is also watching the live stream with all of us. Why exactly is Shavik Das watching it? We don't know. Okay, anyway, so the Gioni S8 is, we actually like the phone. We quite like the phone. It's got a nice looking design. I'm hoping it won't heat up a lot. And will Gioni S8 be the rock star in sales? Asks Pritesh Parekh. So Pritesh, there's something very interesting that happens with Gioni. If you look at online, traffic and things like that, Gioni doesn't seem like the most interesting and popular company. But funnily, Gioni has a huge sales network and retail channel in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. I'm not sure which state or city you are from, but it does have that. We've been to Gioni events where they call their distributors, and I'll give you some inside info. Gioni distributors, I've heard Gioni distributors say things like, we will never sell Samsung. So that happened. So Gioni may be the rock star in terms of sales, may not be the rock star in terms of sales, but I can tell you one thing, they do make a lot of money from India, and this is a company which does not operate exactly like a startup. They actually have a lot of money in their coffers, so there's a lot that they can do in terms of advertising and things like that. So we have always been excited about Gioni for that reason. Hi Tushar. Tushar Singh says, what to expect from HP mobiles? Will these be able to attract a fair share of market? It's a very new product and it's a Windows product, but the key point here is that it is also an enterprise product. And if there's one company that knows enterprise well, it is HP. So the HP Elite X3, from what we have seen, it can beam Windows onto your monitor, which is something very innovative and very nice. And it might do very well as an enterprise phone. It is powerful. It's got the right specs. I'm gonna ask Shavik again to tell you the specs for the HP X3 in a bit. It's got 4 GB RAM. It looks nice. It's got a 4000 mAh plus battery. It's 5.96 inch, so that's, let's say, 6 inch QHD display. It runs on the Snapdragon 820. That's another big deal. So what you guys would know probably is that Microsoft said that Continuum works only with 810, 808 and a few other SoCs. But of course, 820 is one of the phones that support it. I'm not sure whether the Elite X3 uses Windows Hello, but I'm hoping it does. But even if it does, to be honest, Windows Hello doesn't look very useful. I've used it on the 950. Basically keeps telling me to move closer to the phone, and how close can you come to a phone. Deepak Deepti Ranjan Patajoshi. I'm hoping I pronounce your name right. Says, will LG G Pro 2 get a Lollipop update? I'm gonna ask LG that, because I can't really tell you about their update cycles. Tushar Singh again says, Asus went big in their mobile game. I guess HP will do good too. Let's wait and watch. Yes, Tushar, let's wait and watch. Manoj Kingston is asking benchmark. Benchmark for what phone, Manoj? We don't have benchmarks for most phones though. Aman Datta says, your view on Galaxy S7, is the fingerprint scanner better now? So, I can't really tell you whether the fingerprint scanner is better without using the phone, but Samsung has made some changes to the button that they have as the fingerprint scanner. It's smoother now, and since it's running Marshmallow, one thing you can take for granted is that the fingerprint, the software side of this is built into the OS, which means that automatically your fingerprint scanner becomes a little faster, because what would earlier happen is Samsung would have to build in a bunch of code. So that code would have to go to the OS, tell the OS, okay, now unlock the screen, and the screen is unlocked. That won't happen now. Now it's just built into your phone, so it's native to your phone. Aman has also asked any dates for India launch. Aman, Samsung is going to launch in 11 countries on March 11th. That's what I remember. And although we don't have confirmation right now, India should be one of those countries, because come on, we are the most important market for smartphone sellers today. And will it be coming with the Exynos 8890? Samsung usually does start in India with the Exynos 8890, and we'd be really surprised if it breaks that model this time. Amandatta also says, I'm already using Galaxy S6, so worth the upgrade or not? Aman, I'm going to let you know about that once I have the S7 in hand. But first impressions, no. Do we have any more questions? Hardik Singh is here. Hardik Singh is saying Windows 10 doesn't support a lot of benchmarks. Indeed, Hardik, it does not support a lot of benchmarks. Surprisingly, by the way, guys, Hardik Singh is just one of our own. He's just telling you guys, not me. Sankalp Kashikar says battery life. Battery life for Sankalp, is this the S7 you're talking about? If you're talking about the Galaxy S7, battery life should be better than the S6 because it's a bigger battery. Yeah. So yes, on paper it should be better than the S6. But again, a bigger battery does not automatically mean better battery life. I'm gonna give the mic to Shavik for a while because I really need a drink of water.
Oh well, that was Prasad with his very elaborate description. So I'll just move on to HP Elite X3. Someone here, Tushar Singh, is asking about the expected price for Elite X3. Tushar, we're gonna let you know in a bit. Yash Goel, one second.
Just a second, guys. We have family members joining here. We're gonna tell Adamya to say hello to her brother.
Hi, Manu Sharma. Thank you for joining in to the podcast, and hope you enjoy the show.
Wow.
We've actually been thinking of calling this a podcast and changing this to a, daily podcast. So please let us know in the comments right now what you guys think. And we're going to call it something like Ask Digit, Tell Digit, No Digit, Talk to Us, something like that. Our Bombay team does a lot of these things. They've been doing this with the magazine. If you guys follow the magazine, subscribe to the magazine, you would know they have a huge community. And just like they tell you, you guys are also welcome to come to our offices anytime, meet us. Amog Upadhyay is asking, tomorrow please provide a live feed for Xiaomi Mi 5. Amog, Samir is hard at work doing that, and we are say 99 point, actually no, 97.645678% sure that we're going to live stream that event. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Mohammed Yash Goel is asking any mid-range phones from MWC. You're asking. I'm guessing you are because you're watching this. There is the HTC Desire series. There's the Lenovo K5 Plus. There's the Microsoft Lumia 650. If you want to call it a mid-range phone, it runs on the Snapdragon 210. So it should be more of a budget than a mid-range phone. Mohammed HR. I'm hoping you're not an HR in our office. He says, I think it's 6000 MAP. What is 6000 MAP, Mohammed?
Battery for something?
Yeah, we'll wait for Mohammed to answer that. Hardik Singh is again here. Hardik Singh is talking to Amog. Okay, Hardik Singh, keep talking to Amog. Oh, by the way, remember if any of you were watching yesterday's podcast, I talked about this one guy in our office who knows more about the WhatsApp group. You kind of have a hint today who that one guy is. Yash Goel again asks, what price bracket can I expect of Lenovo K5? So Lenovo usually deals in the sub 20k bracket. The K5 Plus should cost you more than the K4, but yeah, I'd be really surprised if it goes above 15,000. Right?
Yeah, it's $149.
Yeah, it's $149 in the US. So I would be really surprised if the K5 Plus costs anything more than 15,000 rupees. Let's talk about some other products. What we often miss at MWC are these innovative products that we get. Okay, Tushar doesn't want us to move from these products. Views on G5. Tushar, our views on G5 are those that geeks have when there's a tech overdose in something. So, if you're wondering, that's good. The G5 is an overdose of technology. It is the first modular phone to come to the mainstream. It does have a lot of innovative features. There are two things that we are a little irked about. One, what is going to be the price for this device since it has so much tech into it? Second, when is it going to come to India? Is LG finally taking India seriously? Last year they said they are. Let's hope that remains. What is the camera MP, asks Aman Ahmed. Is that the camera MP on... I'll just let Shavik tell you a bunch of camera MPs so that you guys know all of them.
Oh, that's a very broad question. But anyway, so Aman, I'd request you to be a little more specific. If you're talking about the LG G5, it uses a 16 megapixel standard camera and 8 megapixel wide camera. If you're talking about the Xperia X series, then the X and X Performance uses the X-Mount RS mobile camera, the one we saw on the Xperia Z5. And well, we've spoken about LG, we've spoken about Gionee. I think
the Gionee also has a 16 megapixel camera.
Yeah.
So let's move on to another question here. Ashish Bharadwaj is asking any comparison between the 8890 and SD820. Yes, Ashish, there was a comparison being been done by Phone Arena, I think. That's the Phone Arena on PH. And I think Hardik has already posted the link to that story for you. Siddharth Kalra says, what's the expected price of Sony's new Xperia X series? So the X Performance will definitely be priced in the flagship range. It runs on the Snapdragon 820 and things like that. And the other two, the XA and the X, right? So these two should be more of mid-range and budget devices. The XA, I think, is the lowest version.
But
so
then
the
again,
XA,
it's Sony.
being Sony, should cost somewhere around 15 to 17,000, we think. And the X should cost you somewhere around 25,000-ish. Which one would be better by K5 or K4, asks Atikant Aluwalia. Again, Atikant, the better buy questions we usually like to answer once we have seen the phones. Amog Upadhyay says, please show us some other cool products which may haven't seen or heard before. Amog, input this into your Google search page. Everything you should not miss from MWC 2016. and then add Digit next to it. Hardik is going to post the link for you very soon, or Shavik is going to post the link for you. There's a bunch of interesting stuff. There's the Huawei Windows tablet, there's the Flex Enable wraparound screen, which I was talking about right at the beginning of this podcast. There are the LG accessories, there are the Sony accessories. There's this really interesting product which you guys should really check out on Digit right now called the Epson Moverio BT300. Samir actually did a hands-on of that product just a while ago. So it's a augmented reality goggles. So it is something like the Microsoft HoloLens, but what changes here is that it's got an OLED display. So like any other OLED display, what this does is it provides you better blacks, which means that even the augmented reality screen that you will see should be more real than other AR goggles. And this can also put 3D video, it can recognize QR codes, you can put apps on your screen and do things like that. I'm pretty sure all of you guys follow The Verge also, so you've probably already read about the IOFIT smart shoes. The IOFIT smart shoes are nothing new, but smart balance shoes from IOFIT are new in the sense that they have a pressure sensitive sole in the bottom, and they can see things that you're doing and give you more data about that. Aman Ahmed says, show us Galaxy S7 please. Aman, we're going to take a little more time for that. We've hit some hitches for unforeseen reasons. So we will show you. Don't worry. Eventually, someday we will. Amog Upadhyay says, hey, thanks. Thanks, man. You're welcome, man. Atikant Aluwalia. It seems nobody else is watching. Just these days keep asking the questions. But don't worry, I'll answer all of them. Atikant Aluwalia says, does the K5 and K5 Plus have VR features like K4 Note? I'm not sure about that. Does the K5 and K5 Note?
Not that we know.
Not that we know of right now, but Lenovo has got a good thing going with these two phones, this VR thing right now. We'd be really surprised if they don't have it. Mohammed Luffy says, what is this XA phone? Mahmoud, this is the Sony Xperia XA. Shavik is really in love with those phones, so Shavik will tell you more about the XA.
Thanks, Prasad. So the XA is Sony's cheapest, or rather the most inexpensive offering of the Xperia X lineup. It's Sony's take on the mid-range segment with premium design. As you would see, it looks really like the Xperia Z3, which was the previous flagship, and it's powered by the MediaTek processor, and it's got a pretty standard setup with 2 GB of RAM. And the only thing that you might say that it's got a 5-inch HD display, but then again it's Sony, so we expect the display to be pretty good. Yeah, Prasad.
Rahul Gupta asks when we'll have Mi 5 on board. Rahul, the Mi 5 is going to be launched at MWC tomorrow, and you should stay tuned to Digit tomorrow to watch the live stream around 2 p.m. tomorrow. It is supposed to start 2 p.m. India time tomorrow, so we will be live streaming it some time around that. Srijan Goel says, which is the flagship killer at MWC as per Digit's view? There are no flagship killers in MWC because there are new flagships at MWC. So both the S7 and G5 are the flagships, of course. There are no flagship killers yet. Let's wait for the Mi 5 though. Amok Gupta again at Rahul tomorrow. Yeah, Amok, thanks for answering the question. Yes, Amok, it is not 1:30 p.m. Amok, it's gonna be around 2 p.m. closer to 2 p.m. and these things do get to tend to get delayed a little bit. So please don't mind if we are a little late. Which is the best flagship in MWC 2016? There are 3 flagship phones in MWC 2015. Shavik loves the Xperia X performance. I love the LG G5 because it's a tech overdose. And Adamya also likes the LG G5. And Hardik also likes the LG G5. And there's this guy in our office called Shay Pacheco, who you probably have read stories from. He also likes the LG G5, but then who cares? He uses a Lumia 620 still.
Hardik posts it.
Soumya Shikhar asks, what will be the price of Sony X series phone? Soumya, I talked about this a little while ago. The XA should cost somewhere below 20,000. The X should cost somewhere around 25,000, and the X Performance will definitely be flagship priced. But this is just our view. This is not Sony telling you. See, Hardik Singh just ensured that I was right about what he thinks. The LG G5 is possibly the best flagship. Why is it the best flagship? Because it's just got so much innovative tech going. It seemed more like a technology showcase than launching a phone. Come on, they did a modular phone before Google. So yeah, you have to give LG credit for that. It runs on Marshmallow. It is like LG said, you did not let us make both the Nexuses this time. Don't worry, we'll do something else that you did not let us do, and we'll still do this, and we'll beat you guys. I am going to talk about this thing that I really wanted to talk about with you guys. Is that, oh look, Shrey is a Windows user and he says HP Elite X3. Shrey, nobody cares what you think. You know nothing. Mahmood Mahmood Lotfi. I hope I didn't mispronounce your name, Mahmood. If I did, I'm sorry. What do you think about LG G5 design? Mahmood, again, I don't think it's a very super good looking phone, but from a tech point of view, I really appreciate it for just one reason. It's got these plastic antennas that you've seen on the iPhone, you've seen on HTC phones. But LG has this new design process called microdis, because of which the plastic antennas have been hidden from you, even though they're already there. So it looks like a completely metallic body, which is something we really like. As tech enthusiasts, we really like that. Aman Ahmed is asking, what's the total battery mAh with the additional battery in G5? I think the inbuilt battery is 2800 mAh, and when you put the Cam Plus on it, the accessory, it goes up to 4000 mAh. So you can see why we're really excited about this phone, can't you? Tushar Singh says, can we expect Android phones from HP? I would be really surprised if HP suddenly makes Android phones, because Android is little used in enterprise right now. Yash Goel asks, should I wait for some new launches till March for the mid-segment budget? Mid-segment budget segment, okay. So, Yash, somebody asked us 2 days ago, and I'll tell you what I told them. You can wait for phones, but when you buy a new phone, you can be sure that in 2 days in 2 months, you will have new phones and you will again want new phones. So it seems nobody is interested in the Cat S60. It's the first phone to have a thermal camera. It can shoot, you can basically use the camera and you can use the camera through smoke. You can use it in darkness. So funnily, when we were doing the live stream of the Cat S60, somebody the S60, the people there said that you can use this to find your cat in the darkness. Yeah,
but it's got heat sensing.
So also it's a very rugged phone, so you can throw it around and all that. Like the Moto X4 is just do more with this.
And you can actually use it.
Churchit Joshi, do you play Clash of Clans? I don't. I'm pretty sure Shavik also doesn't.
Hardik Singh
and Adamya definitely doesn't. Hardik Singh says Clash of Clans is very time consuming. I agree with Hardik, it is time consuming, but then so is Dota 2, which Hardik plays every day. He sometimes sleeps in office because he's spent the last night playing Dota. So yeah. So we really make fun of Hardik because of his Dota 2 love. But who doesn't make fun of Hardik because he plays Dota 2? Yash Goel says Gioni S8 spec. So it has a 5.5-inch Full HD display. It runs on the Helio P10 processor from MediaTek. We are actually waiting to confirm what the clock speed on the P10 here is, but the P10 can do a maximum of 2 GHz. It's got 4 GB of RAM, 64 GB of internal storage, runs on Android Marshmallow, has a 16 megapixel rear camera, 8 megapixel front camera. It is pretty thin. And it's only 74.9 millimeters wide
7
and 7 millimeters thin, and it runs on the Amigo 3.2 OS. It's got a 3000 mAh battery. Tushar Singh again says Asus recently announced its series of gaming accessories in India. Would love to read reviews of them soon. Tushar, you should follow Score. Score does these things, and the gaming accessories are usually reviewed by Hardik, who, we do make fun of him for playing Dota 2, but he is a badass gamer, so he does review those things. I will make sure he reviews those things for you very soon. Also, our Bombay team really does. So please send in your requests to us on the various ways to reach us. You can reach us through Twitter, you can reach us through Instagram, you can reach us through Facebook, you can reach us through digit.in. You can reach us through a bunch of more ways. You can reach us through the Think Digit forums. And guys, you guys really need to click on the live subscribe button that you see on the top right of this video, because once you do that, that's when you will get notifications for whenever we go live. Although many of you do that, otherwise why would you be watching? Boyput Tha says, how is image quality in
Short
in
at
sh-
night.
Oh, how is image quality shot at night for S7 and G5? Which one is better? Again, I can't tell you that right now. I have not shot videos with that, but theoretically they should both be awesome. And looking at the G4 and the S6, they should both be awesome, definitely. Having said that, low light still remains the Achilles heel for smartphones. Churchit Joshi says, can I be your friend on Facebook? Yeah, sure, Churchit, you can. I'm just not gonna tell you my name, haha. So, no, you can. My name is Prasid Banerjee, you can look for me. No new. Hardik Singh somehow is going off topic, or maybe he's answering something
No,
that I
he
don't know.
answered
Oh,
something.
Aman Ahmed says, any new mobile from Oppo? Hardik just answered your question. Tushar Singh says, while we are talking about games, any Hearthstone players here? There, Hardik is a Hearthstone player. Please go play with him. One thing I really want to talk to you guys about is this thing called the Core Photonics light bending camera. Not many people are taking note of it. It's actually new tech that is going to come in. The company has assured people that it's going to come to smartphones very soon. It uses dual sensors to bring you 5x optical zoom and to use a prism to bend light onto one of the sensors, which also allows the the entire camera unit to be thin. So why am I excited about this? If you've seen the Asus Zenfone Zoom and if you've seen its camera, you will know it's not a very great camera, and the reason for that is because Asus tried to make a thin zoom. To do that, it had to reduce the sensor size. Not do that. She just turned it. I hid. Look, I'm still hiding. Look. So the reason for that is Asus tried to make a thin camera, and to do a thin optical zoom, what you have to do is you have to bring the sensor size down. The reason for that is because the distance between the lens and sensor has all to do with physics, and you can't really mess with that. So if you want to make a thin camera with optical zoom, you have to go for a smaller sensor, because of which your image quality will suffer, and it did suffer in the Zenfone Zoom. So I'm hoping Core Photonics can solve that and get you guys good zoom cameras which are not like the Asus Zenfone Zoom and which are not as thick as the Samsung Galaxy K Zoom. I'm sorry. We have about reached the end of this podcast today. If you guys have any more questions, please go ahead, tell us. If you don't, hit the like subscribe button before we end this. Hardik Singh is really interested in gaming now. G.I. Shetty says cost. I'm hoping you're talking to Hardik. I don't know the cost of what phone you're asking. If you can tell me that, I'll let you know before I finish. I have exactly 30 seconds before I finish. So for the next 30 seconds, I'm just gonna do a countdown unless somebody else asks me what. And you can always log on to digit.in/MWC, youtube.com/digit.
Think Digit.
I'm sorry, youtube.com/thinkdigit to follow us, watch all our coverage from MWC. Vivek Singh Rajput, the Mi 5 will be launched at 2 p.m. India time tomorrow. Tune into Digit to watch the live stream, watch the launch happening soon. By the way, that reminds me, March 3rd is also the launch date for the Redmi Note 3 in India. I'm wondering if any of you are interested in the Redmi Note 3. We could tell you something about those phones if you want to, or maybe we will not. Oh, nobody's interested. Look. So, okay, see you guys. This is all for today. I think we should end here, and people are bored of hearing my voice.